Welcome back for another episode with your favorite project lead the way teacher, Mr. Spaeth. Today we're going to be working on the train. I'm going to do this one better this time, and we are going to do the stack. So the screen that I'll share with you right there. Now, the stack is right here. It's part number 2. You notice there is a big hole in there that we're going to do differently this time. And then this is a very good revolved part. So we are not going to put that hole into the revolved portion. We're going to square this off right here. Okay, put in our dimensions, revolve it, and then we will put in the hole afterward. So let's get started. Start a sketch on my XY plane. The first line that I'm going to do will just be 1.75 because that's the total height. But after here, then I'm going to just put in what looks like to be the rest of the dimensions. We're going to dimension it now. And then this line right here can be our center line. Okay, so that's basically how we start. So this right here would be, here, let's try this again. From this line to this line, there we go. That should be our diameter of 0.5. From this line to this point right there should also be a diameter of 1.25. So those are both of the diameters that are in our prints. You guys can notice those right here and right there. If they reference the center line, then they're going to show up as diameters, and we can put them in just as we see them. If they don't reference the center line, like the first time that I did it, and it's just showing the radius, then you need to divide these by 2. Okay? So let's put in the 0.25 and the 1.5. And then from this point, 1.5. And then we just have our angle. And our angle will be done, it's a 15-degree right there. If we switch it around and we go from here down, you'll see how I do this. I actually can put in 90 minus 15 degrees, which is 75 degrees. So what I end up doing, just because it's easier for me, from right here to right here, I pick both of those lines. Oh, no, we're good, 15 degrees, 15. And there we're set to go and revolve. Should find everything, okay. We're gonna start a sketch in the top because that's where we're gonna put our hole. Put a point right in the middle. Okay. We're gonna put a hole there. And that hole is going to be a counterbore hole. Now, counterbore holes that are not through all, but through a distance have 4 different dimensions here. This is the diameter to the upper portion of the counterbore. You notice that's the bottom diameter, the bigger diameter, so 0.875, depth of 0.375. So let's put that in right away. The diameter of the bigger hole, 0.875, and then to a depth of 0.375. Okay, so that looks right. This diameter right here, the small diameter, and then the larger depth, small diameter 0.375 down to 1.5. So the depth was 1.5, the diameter was 0.375. And we are done, officially done. So hopefully that was a little bit easier. I like doing this as a whole because when we dimension this over in our sketches, it will show up as a whole, and it'll just be one button click, and you will have this whole counterbore, all these dimensions all at once instead of having to type it out individually. So a lot easier that way. One thing we did forget is the optional chamfer at the bottom, 0.01 at 45 degrees. Really, really easy, chamfer. This, I can go 45 degrees right here in 0.1, but if you use this top one to a distance, it assumes 45 degrees. So I'm just gonna go here, go 0.1, and I just need to hit one line, and I am done. Sorry, it's 0.01, 0.01. Let's change that up. That looked a little too big. Much better. And you can see it right there. So hopefully that was nice and quick for you, and that this smokestack is a lot easier than maybe you would have seen it elsewhere. Thanks, and we'll see you again.